Hey, what's up, guys? It's Angel Santalski. I'm giving you my UFC Fight Night Dern versus Rodriguez predictions. It goes down this coming Saturday, October 9th, 2021. Prelim start at 1, main card at 4. Nice early start time for us on the East Coast. I'm going to be up late Saturday watching this. It's kind of a low-level card here. It is an ESPN Plus card, but I am excited to have UFC action regardless. This will also be known as UFC Vegas 39, going down from the UFC Apex, Las Vegas, Nevada. So, guys, breaking down, jumping into these fights. First fight, we have a men's lightweight fight, Charlie Ontiveros against Steve Garcia. Going into these fighters, Garcia, he's coming off one loss. He hasn't fought in almost 2 years, man. Lost to Luis Pena. I remember he took that on short notice, I think. Don't really know what you're getting out of him. I think he's from Jackson Wink. Charlie Ontiveros, he lost almost a year ago to Kevin Holland. And I think Ontiveros might have the more upside here. It's a low level fight. I can see the loser getting cut here. I'm gonna go with Ontiveros here. He is the underdog. He is a plus 250 underdog, but I don't know. I'm just gonna go with him here. I don't think Steven Garcia should be a minus 300. I don't know who's laying that chalk on Garcia, but I wouldn't do it. I would not bet on this fight. I'm going to pick Ontiveros here by decision. Next up, women's strawweight, we have Lupita Godinez against Sam Hughes. Sam Hughes, I think she did take a round against Loka Labumi. In her last fight, she lost. She had a tough UFC debut to Tisha Torres. No shame in that. We've seen what a tear Tisha Torres has been on lately. She's really looked good, really looked rejuvenated. So Sam Hughes, she's had 2 tough fights in the UFC, man. I mean, it doesn't get any tougher than that. 2 good strikers, too, on top of that. And Sam Hughes is a pretty good striker. 64.5-inch reach, 5'5", 29. So she's still kind of young. And she's going up against Lupita Godinez, 28. She's coming off a loss to Jessica Penne, which is just a bad loss, man. So I'm going to go with Sam Hughes here by decision. She is an underdog in this fight. I just think she does enough to pick up a decision here, man. But like I said, this is low-level mixed martial arts. She is currently a plus 158 on 5 dimes. Godinez is minus 180. I'm going to pick Hughes here. Like I said, this is low-level women's mixed martial arts, low-level mixed martial arts period. So I want to be betting on this, guys. Charles Rosa against Damon Jackson. I was kind of on Rosa here early. He is coming off a win over Justin James, but that doesn't say a whole lot. He's going up against Damon Jackson, who I don't think has fought in a minute. Could be wrong. Yeah, he fought in December, lost to Alia Topira, which is no shame in that. Punches, beat Mirsad Bektik prior to that. That was he was down in that fight, and he just kept working that choke and got it on Bektik. I'm gonna go with Jackson here by decision. I think he gets takedowns in control time, but no confidence in this man. Alexander Romanov against Jared Vandera. Great heavyweight fight here. I don't know why it's on the prelims. Romanov, man, he's an exciting heavyweight prospect here, man. Very exciting. King Kong, I think his nickname is. And man, he's looked really good, man. Nice win over Juan Espino in his last fight. Showed that he can go with the decision, which I liked. Beat Rogerio de Lima in that fight. Roque Martinez. This guy's looked very impressive, man. He's very explosive. He's from Moldova. He's going up against Vandera, who's coming off a nice win himself over Justin Tafa, man. Just put up all types of volume on Tafa as an underdog. Looked really good. I'm going to go with Romanov here, man. Romanov's a huge favorite. I see he gets it down and just pounds him out. It's a minus 410 favorite on 5 dimes right now, but my pick is going to be Romanov by first round TKO. Next up, men's middleweight fight. Loser gets cut, I imagine. Loreno Starpoli against Jamie Pickett. Starpoli's former welterweight moved up, lost to Delice in a lackluster fight. Very low volume, lost to Tim Means prior. I'm not really high on this guy. I'm not high on Jamie Pickett either. I am going to pick Pickett in this fight. Yeah, he did get blown out of the water by Jordan Wright, but Jordan Wright, man, he's an underrated middleweight talent. I don't care what anybody says. Jordan Wright shows you that he can fight, and he's got knockout power, man. Coming off a loss to Fan Chewy before that, no shame in that. And Chewy's a decent fighter. Odds on this fight, Staropoli minus 220 on 5 dimes. Pickett plus 180. I don't know how anybody could lay 2-1 odds on Staropoli, let alone any favorite, but my pick's going to be Pickett here. So another underdog I'm picking here to win, guys. Next up, men's bantamweight, we have Chris Gutierrez against Felipe Colares. Gutierrez, man, this guy is probably one of the best kickers in the UFC. 4-fight win streak, coming off a nice win over Andre Ewell earlier this year. Man, he hasn't fought in a while. A lot of these, notice that's a trend on this card. A lot of these guys haven't fought in a long time. Colares fought in May, picked up a nice win over Luke Saunders. We know what we've got in Luke Sanders at this point. Not high on that guy at all. I'm going to go with Gutierrez here, man. I see him picking up a decision win. Possibly a TKO finish if he can chop the legs down. I think Colares will probably want to get this to the ground. I'm saying Gutierrez can keep it upright, but who knows? You know, Gutierrez has shown he's shown that he can be taken down and controlled a little bit. So, but minus 250 odds right now on Gutierrez. I'm going to pick Gutierrez by decision. Absolutely no bet. Next up, we have Phil Hawes against Dern Win. This fight just screams sketchiness to me. Phil Hawes has a huge reach advantage over this fight, 77.5-inch reach. He's coming off a nice win over Kyle Dawkins where he showed he can go decision. Beat Imavov before that. Dern Win, very strong wrestler, but really undersized for this division. I mean, this guy's 5'6", middleweight. You know, coming off a win over Antonio Arroyo last December, which is just a shitty fight. I'm going to go with Phil Hawes here, man. Phil Hawes is... he's a minus 290 on... I wouldn't touch this. He's a minus 290 on 5 dimes. I wouldn't touch this fight with a 12-foot pole. But yeah, my pick will be Hawes here by decision. Maria Agapova against Sabina Mazo. This is a fight between two female flyweights that really haven't panned out in UFC. Agapova, she hasn't fought since her huge letdown to Shayna Dobson, where she was like a minus 1,500 or something, man. Just completely embarrassing, man. She shit the bed. Gassed out in the second round. There's Marina Moroz said says Agapova's got substance abuse issues. She's always in clubs, getting in fights. She doesn't train in an American Top Team no more. She trains at MMA Masters. So there's a whole lot of unknowns in her. Sabina Mazo, she's dropping back down to flyweight. She was at bantamweight and got just taken down by Alexis Davis. She's had a couple comeback wins over Justine Kish, where I think she was losing. Aldridge, I think Aldridge would beat her. They rematched. I'm gonna go with Mazo here, man. This screams zero confidence. Mazo's a minus 152. I could see Agapova winning the first round, gassing. Mazo taking over the last 2. I could see it being a real split decision type fight. Who knows? We don't really know what we're getting in either girl here, man. I'm going to go with Mazo here by decision. No confidence. I'm not high on either of these women, man. I don't think either of them are prospects. Just not high on them, man. Tim Elliott against Matthias Nicolau. Nicolau, I don't think he ever should have been let go from the UFC a couple years ago. Don't know what that was all about. I think a lot of people are going to be on Nicolau here, and well-deserved. He beat Manel Cape in his last fight, and Manel Cape's a good fighter. I don't care what anybody says. Cape is a pretty good fighter. He needs to make weight though in his next fight, and he lost to Dustin Ortiz back in 2018, and then like he was out of the UFC for fucking 3 years, which was weird. Tim Elliott, not high on the guy. He is on a 2-fight win streak. If he is training with James Krause, that might help him here. Don't think it's going to help him get by Nicolau. Nicolau is a minus 172 favorite right now on 5 dimes. I'd like Nicolau here. I see Nicolau getting a finish, possibly a first-round TKO. This fight could go to decision, but I'm going to go with Nicolau here. Randy Brown against Jared Gooden. Randy Brown looked phenomenal against Cowboy Oliveira in his last fight. Jared Gooden coming off a nice knockout win over Nicolas. This fight is the co-main event, and it should be. It's going to be an exciting fight. I think there's going to be a finish in this fight. Looking at the odds, Randy Brown's a minus 245. Jared Gooden plus 205. I think Randy Brown should be the favorite here. I'm going to go with Randy Brown. I think he's the more technical fighter. He's a little bit of a longer fighter. I think Randy Brown catches him, hurts Gooden, and puts him out. I'm high on Randy Brown. I like this guy. He's been in the UFC for a while. He's matured. Jared Gooden, another fight. I want to see this guy stick around, showing you that he's serious. So step up on short notice, take a fight, and fight. I'm going to go with Randy Brown by first round TKO here. Marina Rodriguez against Mackenzie Dern. Dern has looked really phenomenal post-pregnancy. Beat Nina Nunes in her last fight. Beat Verna Jandiroba, which I think is an underrated win right here. Beat Marcos. She's handling all these people accordingly. Beat Rebos, but that was a couple years ago, man. She's a different fighter now. 5'4", 63-inch reach, 28 years old. Still a young fighter. She's ranked 5 on Tapology for female strawweights, showing that she can make the weight now. Very mature fighter, man. Marina Rodriguez coming off a nice win over Michelle Waterson in a fight that I was on Michelle Waterson, and it was a late notice fight up at flyweight. But Marina Rodriguez, she struggles to make strawweight. She's a big girl. I think this is going to be the issue here in this fight. I think that she's such a big girl. I think her cardio is going to be taxed here. She showed she can go 5-minute rounds at Michelle Waterson, which is no easy task. I'm going to go with Dern here. The odds get a little juicier on Rodriguez. Yeah, I can see myself taking a shot, but at the current odds, of Dern being minus 152 on 5 dimes plus 130, it's gonna be a complete pass for me right now. There's not enough. The odds aren't juicy enough on Marina Rodriguez for me to want to take the shot. I think Mackenzie Dern does get the job done. Don't know if it's gonna be by submission or decision. I'm gonna say decision here. We haven't seen Dern go 5 rounds. We have seen Rodriguez go 5 rounds, but I'm going to go with Dern here. I can't say I'm super confident in this pick, but I just think that Dern gets the job done. I think she just does enough to get the job done. So my pick will be Dern. These are my predictions, guys. Thanks for joining me.